Welcome back, players. Today we're going to be going over the top 10 future Trust Master rewards that you can wait to acquire in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. These are the top standout Trust Masters in the future. And I'm going to have some good news here, maybe some bad news if you interpret it that way. I think, personally, a lot of the Trust Masters, the vast majority of them, pretty much all of them that aren't in this list, are pretty bad into the future. They're not even that standout. They're not even that strong in the vast amount of circumstances compared to what we have access to right now in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. So good news, there's not going to be that many Trust Master rewards that are like super stellar that you're going to want to pull for. The bad news, if you're pulling for characters that aren't these characters, then the Trust Master rewards are going to be okay, but nothing like super crazy. So let's get into this list of characters, the top 10 Trust Master rewards for the future for you to save up for in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Now, the first one here is going to be a little bit of a cheat. Okay, you see it's a little set here, but this Trust Master reward, there's a whole plethora of them that work the same way that this one here does. Hers is a TMR materia that once you equip it, it's going to give you 70% attack once you meet all the different requirements. So hers is like 40% non-requirement, then an additional 30% attack if you're equipped with a dagger. There's going to be a bunch of different sort of Trust Master rewards like this 4-star, 5-star character. There's going to be a bunch of them. But basically, these are the ones that are going to give you 70% of a stat as long as you can meet whatever the requirements are, right? It could be wear clothing and a fist weapon and a sword. It could be wear a spear and heavy armor. There's going to be a couple of them in there. We can't just fill the list with all of these. These are very, very good, but I'm going to put them at the bottom of the list there because they do just give you percentage attack. A lot of the other ones give you percentage attack that's still pretty high percentage attack, as well as some really, really amazing effects. So the first one, kind of a little bit of a cheat. So let's get into number 2 here. This one's actually going to be Onion Knight from Final Fantasy III, the CG version of Onion Knight. His Trust Master reward, we've seen a sort of TMRs like this before. It's going to be another addition to that pile. So if you don't have something like this, this could be a character that you could be pulling for, especially as a newer player, because it is a very, very strong accessory. It gives you 40 flat attack, 5% MP recovered per turn, and then it also gives you 50% true dual wield. So it's one of them 50% true dual wield accessories. So it's going to be like the 3rd or 4th one if you count some super TMRs in there that are going to be available in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius for you to acquire. So if you're looking for some sort of true dual wield accessories, this is the guy that should be on your list if you don't already have a couple of them, right? Like the Hermes Sandals or the AI Katy Perry Super TMR or Ravenheart or even Aloha Lastwell TMR. This is going to be something that you can look forward to when building those true dual wield characters. In addition to an accessory with 50% true dual wield, we have Ursula from, I think this is Final Fantasy IV, the After Years, I do believe. She's also a pretty cool unit, but her TMR here is a materia that gives you 50% attack when equipped with a fist, but also gives you 50% true dual wield. So this is going to be for those characters who are missing that last 50% of true dual wield, right? They maybe have 150% from their passives and accessory slots or whatever have you, and they just need that last 50% true dual wield, and they are wearing a fist weapon. This is going to be very strong to be able to fit into that Trust Master reward materia slot. Finish up that true dual wield, cap it at 200%, and then get some bonus percentage attack in that materia slot as well. So for true dual wield, those are going to be the big bomb nasty ones that you're going to be saving up for in the future. Plus we have all the previous ones that are currently available. Those are the ones that stand out for those true dual wield attacking accessories and materials. Now, moving away from the true dual wield stuff, we do have Final Fantasy VII Advent Children Cloud. Very strong character in his own right, and his Trust Master reward is actually just very, very strong, period. It gives you 60% attack flat. Don't have to do anything for it, it's just there. It also gives you 30% limit burst damage, so very, very strong Trust Master reward for those characters who want attack percent, whether they're true double hand or true dual wield, and also want to do bonus damage with their limit burst. So if you get your hands on this Trust Master reward, even if you don't really pull for Cloud, he just kind of like randomly comes to you through an EX ticket in global, or you know, you get one of them, you can still use this Trust Master reward and be very, very powerful for you for a bunch of different characters out there. Anything that wants to use their limit burst and anything that wants to have attack percent, this is going into that slot for those characters. Speaking of attack percent and limit burst damage, we have something very similar to Cloud's, which is Sleeping Lion Squall's Trust Master reward. So instead of giving you 50 or 60%, should I say, attack percent like Cloud does, Sleeping Lion Squall's Trustmaster Reward gives you 50% true double hand and then gives you 50% limit burst damage. So you're going to be using this in a scenario on a different character where you really need that true double hand capped out and you're kind of okay on the attack percent somewhere else, and you're also trying to use that limit burst damage there. So 50% limit burst damage is actually a very, very high amount when coupled with something like this true double hand of even just 50%. Squall's normal Squall super TMR was 55%. That was a super TMR. That's basically all it did. It gave you a little bit of limit burst gauge generation per turn too. We've had stuff like Heart Overcoming Hatred. That's pretty popular, which is a 4-star base TMR that's 50% limit burst damage, but doesn't have the 50% true double hand there. So very strong Trustmaster reward there for you guys out there who are trying to put together true double hand percentage attack builds. Maybe use Sleepy Lion Squalls in Cloud's Trustmaster rewards on these different characters you're looking forward to utilizing. Now, speaking of attack and attack percent and true double hand, this is All Day. He's a 4-star. It might be a, no, it's a she. It's a 4-star base character that we'll get access to later on in the game, and she's got a pretty good TMR accessory for a 4-star base. It gives you 40 flat attack and 30% attack. So this is going to be good for those units out there who are good on their true dual wield. They're good on their true double hand, depending on if you're using true dual wield or true double hand. You don't need anything else. You just need attack in your slots. You need attack percentage as well. So what this can do, even though you true dual wield and true double hand, they can cap out their attack percent pretty easy, especially true dual wield. What this can do though is set you over the cap, or to a point where you have so much percentage attack that you can actually free up an additional materia slot and allow you to put in something like limit burst damage, or allow you to put in something like an extra killer materia. If you don't know how strong utilizing these other secondary effects are, not just capping your attack percent, but capping your attack percent and fitting in slots for stuff like limit burst damage and effective materia against like humans, demons, whatever it is that you're fighting, be sure to go ahead and check out the video that I'll be linking in the description below, exactly why that's a big trap to just go for the biggest attack or the biggest magic you can get. You're doing less than half. You're doing a third of the damage sometimes that you could be doing if you were just gearing your characters out in the correct way. And this could be an avenue for some players out there, for some certain characters, to open up that extra materia slot to allow you to get those killers and limit burst damage on those characters. And it's only a 4-star. So I felt like I had to mention her. Pretty strong Trustmaster reward there for a 4-star base character. Now, going away from attack and damage and limit burst and all this other stuff, we actually have Sweet Luka. I think her TMR is pretty strong. It's a very, very, very tanky TMR. You can put this on a tank, you can put this on a healer, you can put this on a support character. You don't really want to put it on a physical damage dealer, but you could even put it on a mage if you wanted to. So it's an accessory from Sweet Luka, 300 HP, 45 defense, 45 spirit, 30% water resist, 30% HP, and 30 magic. So you could put this on a mage if you wanted to. It would make that mage way extra tankier with the flat 300 extra HP and the 30%. Anyone you put this on is going to get pretty much everything they want and 30% extra water resist on top of this. So this is an extremely powerful Trustmaster reward here. And Sweet Luka is also an incredibly powerful support character. I actually did a video on her just the other day as well about how she could be a Valentine's unit. So she could be coming out as early as February in the global version. We'll have to see, maybe even earlier than that. She should have been out right around White Lily Dark Fina. She isn't out yet, so maybe, you know, they're postponing her to Valentine's Day because she's Sweet Luka. We'll have to see though, but a very, very strong Trustmaster reward in and of itself. Now, speaking of strong defensive Trustmaster rewards, this is Kalmia. She literally just came out in JP, so she's not coming out for a long time. But this Trustmaster reward is very, very strong for supports and healers alike that especially want to use their limit burst. So this gives you 30% spirit, 30% HP, 1 limit burst gauge crystal per turn, and 100% high tide. So this is absolutely insane. It puts all that stuff together in there, compacts it in there. It's very strong. We won't be seeing this character for a long time though. She's one of the season 3 party members for the season 3 story. Literally just came out in JP. I don't even know if she's actually out yet. She might have even just gotten data mined. I don't know if she's actually been released in game yet. So very strong Trustmaster reward, and this one stands out for sure based on just how strong it is, getting those limit burst off on those strong characters like Myra, etc. Any of those characters that want limit burst crystals in tankiness, this is going to be one of those things you're going to want to put on your characters. Now, speaking of tankiness here, we have Alexander Charlotte, Trustmaster reward, materia, 30% spirit, 30% defense. If you have a heavy shield on, it's going to give you 20% HP, and it's going to give you 40% light resistance. So it's kind of like they took the two staples that a lot of you guys out there for 4-star TMRs, Patriotic Recall. They took that and they smashed it together with Thirst for Knowledge. Thirst for Knowledge, that's a Magic the Gathering card. Thirst for Survival, and you get the HP, the defense, and the spirit all in one Trustmaster reward, and you get light resist on top of that. So very, very strong, tanky TMR materia to look forward to acquiring in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. But not to be outdone, we have the man himself, the two-faced, half-holy, half-dark Paladin Cecil. His TMR is personally one of my favorites as well. 30% spirit with a heavy shield, 30% spirit with heavy armor, and 30% HP always. So if you do have both heavy shield and heavy armor equipped, that is 60% HP, or 60% spirit. I wish it was 60% HP. 60% spirit, guys, in 30% HP at the same time in one Trustmaster reward. That is a super TMR worth of stats, and that's a normal TMR. So incredibly powerful here with the Paladin Cecil's normal Trustmaster reward. So all in all, honestly, like I said, guys, like not a whole lot of the future Trustmasters are even really all that strong. These are the ones that stand out. These are literally pretty much, I looked through the list of all of them. Now, we're not counting collaboration units. We're not counting time limited units that could be JP only. And these are and we're not counting free units. All right, keep that in mind as well. So the free units we're not counting because you can just get them. You don't have to worry about pulling for them. And the collaboration units we're not counting because we could get changed versions, or you might not get them at all. So there's no Full Metal Alchemist in here. The Dragon Quest stuff already came out, so that can't be future top 10 TMRs. This is just the normal non-limited characters, and these are the ones that stand out. The rest of them really aren't all that great, but these ones are the best, and they are good and stand the test of time. So hopefully, guys, you found this informative. If you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead, hit the subscription button, turn the notification bell on. Do come hang out on the Twitch channel where we do a whole bunch of cool stuff 3 times a week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, guys. It's a good time. Hope to see you there. Hope you have fun and stay safe out there, guys. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.